Alright, everyone, we have to talk about God Emperor Trump over there in Italy. They made a 5-story tall likeness of Donald Trump as the Emperor. It's a Warhammer reference. And link in the description, you should definitely watch it. This isn't the original one with the original audio. This has a stirring song over it that sort of fits with the music. Yeah, Trump's got his own, like, theme songs and shit. And it's really funny because remember, Italy is where Chatelet came from as well. That was a big meme several years ago as well. My god, they made like a dozen fucking remixes. There was a metal remix, an acoustic remix, there was the anime remix and everything. And this is an example of memetics. Like, I'm not going to analyze this from the perspective of this is actually, like in the most literal mundane sense, a huge event. What they do at this carnival, apparently this is in Tuscany, I guess, north central Italy. Nice region, by the way. They have those, like, I don't know what those trees are called, the big, tall, thin, piney-looking ones that they would plant along the paths, like, even back in the ancient times to shade the path for travelers and shit, as, like, some sacred tree or something. But it's a really nice-looking place, and they have this carnival every year, and they have these sort of giant, I guess it was a papier-mâché puppet of sorts, and they did a really good job on it. My god, Trump's had got a sword with Twitter symbols on it, and, it's just crazy shit. And I'm thinking to myself, the value of this goes further than the mundane, and I mean, literally in the mundane sense, it's just a carnival. I guess, in fact, it was meant to mock Trump. In fact, I believe that the basic idea, the basic premise of this was to sort of mock, people who like Trump too much or something. Although I'm not 100% sure of that. I could be totally wrong. I'm seeing some people make that claim, and I'm having some people make the claim, oh yeah, it's like an appreciation because the rest of the world likes him. The latter is indeed, though, true. I mean, over here with the legacy media, what you hear constantly is, well, no one likes Trump. His approval's constantly slipping. Like, any poll that shows him at a decent level is never reported on. You will only see the outliers that show him, at sub 40. They say basically, well, it's only rural rednecks like him still. His fans have abandoned him. You shouldn't like Trump either because, haha, bandwagon fallacy and stupid shit like that. Meanwhile, I look around the world. It seems like everyone has more respect for Trump, actually, than the liberals here. Which is rather funny since he represents the country that they happen to live in. It shows you a little bit about that maybe odd mentality of some of these particular individuals. By the way, Trump won't be impeached, so haha. No, it's not just Italy. We have Salvini, he's relaxing weapons laws and stuff, which I think is a great thing. Salvini's doing the right thing on that. Should relax him further. You've got Bolsonaro in Brazil. It's like if Trump's ideas, if his ideology is so unpopular and people hate him so much and, my god, he's just a scummy person, why is it that success politically is being replicated everywhere else? You've got Duterte, which is not entirely the same. You've got Bolsonaro, who's quite similar. Salvini, that's got some overlap there. You've got the burgeoning populistic movements, both on the left and the right, throughout Europe and elsewhere as well. You see, Mexico's got a populist president. He's a left-wing populist. And it's better than before, where you had, a left-wing globalist, maybe. Someone who worked directly with the cartels. Now you get someone who, gives a damn. I think Mexico recognizes the Maduro government, though, so that's a little bit troublesome, but it's pretty funny. I thought this was hilarious, though. I mean, Trump is a living meme. He probably is aware of this particular event. I'm sure that somebody showed it to him. Probably one of his kids, one of his staffers. Maybe Mattis, rang him up on the phone. Hey, there's this really cool video you've got to see on the interwebs, and it'd be really funny. I'm sure he's seen it, and I'm sure he laughed heartily, seeing such things. Ultimately, here's the thing. Here's how Trump has particular prowess in the realm of propaganda, in the realm of memetic warfare. Trump is an older, kind of portly dude who's not the most well-spoken, and indeed, while he's had a very successful and stellar life, all things considered, he's not the most successful person in the world. But to a lot of people, he is. To a lot of people, they unironically believe that he's divinely inspired, that he actually would, literally beat people up for America sort of thing. And it's a testament, really, to the cult of personality on one end, which is sort of natural for all higher-level politicians. Obama had, this little cult of people who thought he was great, too. You had that one song, the fuck was it called? I'm in Love with Obama or something like that came out in the first year of his presidency. Before it became clear he was going to keep bombing people, all the liberals thought he was their star. Then second term, you get a little bit more boring, maybe. But I don't think you ever saw something quite like this. Especially, this isn't even in the U.S. It's not like a bunch of Trump voters with MAGA hats said, you know what'd be funny? We're having the city parade. We're going to have a gigantic animatronic Trump statue, on here going down the road. No, instead it's in Italy at some carnival there. I thought this was really, really funny. Definitely check it out, though. And then ask yourself if this doesn't have technically, at least image-wide, wider implications. There were some people joking about how they were going to replace the Statue of Liberty with one that looked like this. And I thought to myself, that'd be more imposing. That'd be quite... why don't you just have them both? That'd be funny. You can call it the statue of tax reform or something like that. It'd be so great. Definitely watch it. You can find the original too. There's like 5 or 6 different versions with different songs and voiceovers and shit. And of course, it's in Italian. The original is in Italian, so I mean, I'm not going to bother posting it. I don't know what the fuck they're saying. Somebody, I think, tried to make a subtitles video. I haven't checked it out yet. I did see a link for that on Twitter. And it's completely viral. Because it's funny. One of Trump's main advantages, really, is that because of the bombastic language and stuff that he does, because his proposals were seen originally as out there, even though they're really not, they're basically a 90s Democratic platform, if you know anything about political history. That's groundbreaking and earth-shattering by modern left-wing standards, which should fucking concern a lot of people, but it's also funny. One of his main advantages is just the fact that he's hilarious. Like, he says hilarious shit on Twitter. People make memes of him constantly. It's the gift that keeps on giving, and even the legacy media, I think Adams has alluded to this among others, that even the legacy media at some point will probably switch over and start supporting him. They'll look for an excuse to support him during the next election because they want somebody like him to continue being president just because he generates so many tabloid headlines and makes their job so easy. I can get behind that. I don't think that it'll be widespread, but I think you'll see some of the rats start to jump ship when they realize they're going to lose anyway. It's going to be really funny. So yeah, gigantic 5 fucking story Trump statue or puppet or paper mache figure or whatever you want to call it with a gigantic 4 story long Twitter sword. I'm wondering how they got this thing to like actually stand up. You know, paper mache's not that invulnerable, especially since this thing moves. It's not just like a figure. It's got some sort of rotating cylinders, I guess, attached to the vehicle that drags it. And those cylinders, as they rotate, the eyes move back and forth, the head moves, the hands move. It's actually pretty damn impressive when you think about it. That's about all. Peace out.